Just a few weeks ago, the political landscape in Dharwad Lok Sabha constituency revolved around the anti-incumbency sentiment against Union Minister and MP Prahlad Joshi, who is contesting for the fifth time. However, the murder of Neha Hiramit, a first-year MCA student, has altered the political equations in the constituency, with the BJP making her murder as a central theme of their campaign. As you enter Hubli, you will be able to witness these giant banners that are displayed along this road conveying one particular message: justice to Neha Hiramat. And this is the new theme of the BJP to polarize the electorate this election season.
ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
on the same day, it is a personal case. Why it is personal case? It is a love jihad case.
ಈ ಜಿಹಾದಿ ಶಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಘಟನೆ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
माइनॉरिटी लड़का ने लव जिहाद में फंसाना चाहते थे.
Not just Hubli, Neha's murder has become the talk of the town across Karnataka, with notable BJP leaders terming it as a case of love jihad.
But why is the BJP politicizing a murder? According to BJP insiders, they say that this time around the party fears that the Lingayat community votes may get divided. And the reason is a powerful Lingayat seer has declared a holy war against Union Minister Prahlad Joshi.
The Fakirishwar Mutt, situated in Sriharahatti of Gadag district, is one of the many Lingayat mutts in northern Karnataka region. In Dharwad constituency, the Lingayats, who are believed to constitute around 35% of the population, are the deciding factor.
Joshi needed Lingayat community only, major Lingayat community.
To win from
My question
Dharwad
is,
constituency, because
Dharwad.
you are a majority community here.
Majority community. Above 6 lakhs voters are there. I am thinking every day, why he is punishing our community and leaders and Swamijis. I am thinking about that. What is the reason behind it? I am thinking about.
Okay, can you give me some examples of Prahlad Joshi finishing your community leaders? Like, you have used this word, finishing. You have also said that he is a suppressor of Lingayats. These are pretty strong allegations.
You knew Yediyurappa was our CM, Lingayat leader. He came from CM chair, and Jagdish Shettar and Lakshman Saudi. This time GM Siddesh and from Davangere, and Shivkumar Udasi from Haveri, and Sanganna Kardi from Kopla. Like many our leaders are come out the election and situation and possession. Like this in our state, every leaders are thinking about our future, their futures. That's why this time I am fighting with Joshi.
It's not just Thingaleshwar Swami. Prahlad Joshi, who belongs to Brahmin community, is disliked by many Lingayat leaders in the state.
There are many reasons for this. First, Joshi is seen as close to BJP National Secretary B.L. Santosh, a leader belonging to the Brahmin community, who is reported to have said last year that BJP can win without the support of Lingayat mutts. Both Santosh and Joshi are also seen as men who brought down two important Lingayat leaders, B.S. Yediyurappa and Jagdish Shettar. So on ground, Joshi has many enemies, some within his own party, and as he was battling anti-incumbency, factional fights and Lingayat anger, Neha's murder provided the opportunity to polarize. BJP is using Neha's death of a Lingayat to win an election.
Joshi hasn't any good reason. That's why he has taken the issue, this issue only. There is no any morality. There is no any good work. There is no any good behaviors. There is no any good culture also. That's why he needed this issue. He taken this issue.
Joshi.
Major person.
Okay.
He bring many leaders to his house,
Okay.
her house. They bring them. They use the issue for election only.
ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ನೀಡದ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದನ್ನು ಬೆಂಬಲಿಸುವಂತ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ
It came as no surprise that Prahlad Joshi declared Neha's murder as a case of love jihad even as the police investigations began.
ये बहुत बड़ा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण इंसिडेंट है और मुझे लगता है इसमें लव जिहाद का भी एंगल है। एक लड़की को पीछे पड़ा, लव का मांग की और उन्होंने इनकार किया, लड़की ने इनकार किया, इसलिए मर्डर कर दिया।
However, the state BJP president Vijayendra did not toe Prahlad Joshi's line and instead spoke about the collapse of law and order situation in Karnataka.
ಕಾನೂನು ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಹದಗೆಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದರೂ, ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದರೂ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ಇಂದಿನವರೆಗೂ ಸಹ ಇವತ್ತು ಕೊಲೆಗಳು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು.
As ABVP cadres hit the streets organizing large-scale protest, BJP leaders pushed the communal narrative online.
ಈ ಜಿಹಾದಿ ಶಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಘಟನೆ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
On the same day, it is a personal case. Why it is personal case? It is a love jihad case, love jihad case.
Our team also followed Shobha Karanlaje on the campaign trail and spoke to her about the case.
अल्पसंख्यक लोग सब मिलके हिंदुओं को अपमान कर रहे हैं, हमारे लड़कियों को मार रहे हैं, हमारे लड़कियों का अपमान कर रहे हैं, लड़कों को मार रहे हैं. ये नेहा का प्रकार एक उदाहरण है, केवल उदाहरण है. उसके बाद भी राकेश का मर्डर हुआ यादगिरी में, वो एससी लड़का था. ऐसे बहुत सारे मर्डर, ऐसे बहुत सारे अपमान पूरा कर्नाटक में हो रही है.
This Neha issue is important and you've taken up, but ide varshadalli there are 3 other women who were killed by their stalkers. Hindu men, Muslim men, men killing women. Isn't that the main issue rather than Hindu men or Muslim men?
Law and order is the main issue in Karnataka because they failed to control law and order. Parameshwara is so weak and he could not control any police officers or mafia. And even Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar is fighting and people are suffering. That is because of their internal politics, the people are suffering.
Narendra Modi blamed the Congress for the murder.
साथियों, यहाँ कांग्रेस सरकार जिस प्रकार के विचारों को, जिस मानसिकता को बढ़ावा दे रही है, वो भी बहुत खतरनाक है. यहाँ हमारी बेटियों पर हमले हो रहे हैं, बाजारों में बम फूट रहे हैं, भजन कीर्तन सुनने पर भी हमले हो रहे हैं. ये सामान्य घटनाएं नहीं है.
BJP National President JP Nadda met Neha's family. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi made it a point to invoke the murder case again.
हुबली में हमारी एक बेटी के साथ जो कॉलेज कैंपस में हुआ, उसने तो पूरे देश में भूचाल ला दिया है.
While the BJP was pushing the love jihad narrative, it was the Chief Minister's statement terming the incident as personal matter which made matters worse. It not only upset Neha's family but also helped BJP in keeping the communal pot boiling.
कांग्रेस की काउंसलर हूँ, कॉर्पोरेटर हूँ, निगम पार्षद हूँ। मेरे साथ कौन मेरे फैमिली मेंबर्स आना चाहिए? आए और चले गए, आए नहीं करके नहीं आए, चंद लोग आए है, बोला ठीक है। आपका बाद में तो मेरे साथ खड़ा रहना ना, अलग प्रोसीजर रहता है, लीगल चलाना चाहिए, ठीक है। उसका माता को सांत्वन बोलने के लिए जिला कांग्रेस कमेटी आना चाहिए, ठीक है। ये दुर्घटना को अंजाम दिया तो स्टूडेंट लाइफ वाले ने, वो लोग आगे थे ना, आए नहीं करके नहीं आए, चंद लोग आए। जो प्रोटेक्शन जितने माब होना चाहिए था वो नहीं आने में दूसरे आए, तो उनका वो है, उन्होंने आए, उनको भी बुरा लगा, आए। आज वो ABP हो या BJP वाला हो या JDS वाला हो या आम आदमी पार्टी हो, लीगल सेल अभी तक पता नहीं है। आज 12 दिन हो गए।
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಗೃಹ ಸಚಿವರಾದಂಥ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ್ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಒಂದು ವಾರದಿಂದ ಘಟನೆ ಆದ ಮರುದಿನ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದು ಆಕಸ್ಮಿಕ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಇದು ಆಕಸ್ಮಿಕ ಘಟನೆ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಕಸ್ಮಿಕ ಘಟನೆ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಲ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವಳ ರಕ್ತವನ್ನು ಚಾಕುವಿಂದ ಇರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೂಡಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಜೋಡಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೊಂದಾಣಿಕೆ ಗುಣವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ವಿಚಾರ ಅಂತ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಇದು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ವಿಚಾರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು 6 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನಗಳ ಇವತ್ತು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇವತ್ತು ಇದನ್ನು ಖಂಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಪರಿಷತ್ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಇಡೀ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ್ ಅವರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಬಾಗಿಲಿಗೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ, ಮುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೌದು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಇದು ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಉಲ್ಲೇಖ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
I think action will be taken according to the law as quickly as possible.
In this case, it's the Congress corporator who is the father of Neha. So there are BJP senior leaders who is going and meeting the family members. So what has been the efforts that have been made from the Congress side as a political party, as a party?
Congress has also reached out to the bereaved family, and we share their pain.
Though communal flare-ups are not new to this region, Dharwad, once a Congress bastion, turned into a saffron stronghold after the 1994 Eidgah Maidan riots, in which 14 people lost their lives.
During those days, right, when it was very opposed that we should not hoist the national flag in the Eidgah Maidan. So all the people who believed in the Hindutva or about the nation, so they all came towards here to see that the national flag is to be hoisted in the Eidgah Maidan. Then when that was the burning issue, those times we used to see many curfews used to happen there and all because of these clashes only. When we were kids and all, many days there would be a curfew and all in Hubli Dharwad.
The fear of communal clashes is palpable on ground. This is why groups like Anjuman-e-Islam have hit the ground to diffuse tensions.
And fourth day, we closed our Muslim shops. APMC, vegetable market, old spare part merchants, clothes, kirani angdi, grocery, etc. We closed. 4 days continuously we hammered. I think this type of action from our community and our Anjuman-e-Islam, Hubli and Dharwad, same type of efforts were made by Anjuman Dharwad. They are same.
To diffuse the tensions.
We succeeded to diffuse the tension.
400 kilometers from Hubli in Bengaluru, the teams of News Laundry and the News Minute meet Utkarsh, an ABVP worker, to understand how they define love jihad.
This is a very clear thing because when you look at love jihad cases, when you closely observe, it all takes place when a woman fails to accept his love in the name of religion. She'll be murdered, she'll be threatened, she'll be butchered. The only thing she can escape is to convert to Islam. In 2023, according to one report, nearly 60 women have been killed in the name of religion, starting from Delhi to the corner of Kanyakumari.
Are you talking about Shraddha? Can you call that love jihad? Because they were living together, they knew each other, it was a live-in relationship, and then he murdered, a very brutal murder. But would you define that as love jihad?
See, the thing is, if both are living in a relationship, it is not a problem. But problem comes when you're forcing something. When she's not accepting to be with you because of some personal issues, it is totally left to them. But you have completely butchered into 35 pieces. According to reports, Shraddha was completely murdered into 35 pieces.
Yeah.
She was kept in fridge. So this is what is love jihad. See, love jihad is all about the mindset. It is not about the religion or whatever it is. It is about the mindset of one particular community, the extremist thinking. In the name of religion, you have to convert. There is no other way.
As a woman, I wonder, since 22, let's say from 20 to 23 onwards, there are at least 5 such cases that I can talk about in Karnataka, forget across the country, where a man has stalked a young woman and either she has rejected or it's not even gone that far and he's killed her in a very brutal way. This is a concern for all women. But those cases have not been taken up so strongly by students, by BJP or affiliate organizations. In this case, because the perpetrator is a Muslim and the woman is a Hindu, it's been taken up. In other cases, why were you not so proactive?
No, we are very active in most of the cases because I can give you an example. In Presidency University, a girl called Layasmita was killed by whatever relationship had.
Yes.
We were the first one to protest. So
Who was the perpetrator in that?
He was a Hindu, to be very honest. So we don't have this discrimination of Hindu, Muslim. It is only the mindset which we are very concerned about.
Do you know the case of in JP Nagar only there has been a case where a man, 44-year-old man, Suresh,
Yes.
he stabbed a young Muslim woman, she's 22. He told her that he's
Ruksan.
unmarried and she later found out that he has 2 children. So he called her to the park to meet one last time, and in that park he stabbed her to death. Muslim woman, and the man is Suresh. Would you call this extremist mindset love jihad? Like, would this also fit into the love jihad definition?
It is definitely what he has done is wrong. It is totally wrong. But the thing is, what the incident has happened, it is not something which has happened in the name of religion. He didn't want her to convert. It is because of some personal issue. He is involved himself in such activity, because I've also read that case in JP Nagar, whatever happened. It is not in the name of religion. So,
But what if his name was Salman? Then would it become love jihad?
why will it become love jihad? Because a Muslim boy and a Muslim girl. What is love jihad? When
Or
a
a
Muslim
Hindu girl,
boy,
like the girl
he falls
suppose
in.
the girl was Hindu and the guy was Muslim, then does it become love jihad?
Yes, surely, because you look at whatever these terrorist organizations have been doing, it is one of their very strong concept of love jihad to convert Hindu women, target Hindu women in the name of religion, convert them into their particular
But I'm
religion.
saying in many cases, conversion is not the angle. The Muslim man has killed, like in Shraddha's case, there's no proof that he wanted her to convert. He was just, it was a live-in relationship. He was really treating her badly. He was physically abusing her. He had hit her before this. And finally, he murdered her because he did not want to commit to her. So, there is no angle of conversion here, but it still falls into love jihad. Why?
Because of that extremist thinking. Just because
But
you're
even
not...
here, this Suresh has extremist thinking.
No, in the
When
sense-
he's stabbing a woman in a park simply because she doesn't want to be with him, that's also extremist thinking.
No, the thing is, the thing is, whatever he has done is totally wrong. There is no point of going far for him. But the thing what we're telling is that certain aspects are there. It is definitely a matter of concern, because when a Muslim boy targets a Hindu girl, it is definitely love jihad, which I've been telling so many times, and these incidents have been taking place in the past so many years. If a Hindu man also kills a Muslim woman, it is definitely wrong.
But
It
it's
is wrong.
not extremist mindset.
It is not an extremist mindset, but the thing is, because of some personal reasons, because of whatever issues they will have, it is happening, and definitely it is also a matter of concern. But when you compare the number of cases, the things which have happened in this part of the story is more rather than the thing which has happened there, but both are also wrong.
Layasmita, the student the ABVP leader mentions, was murdered in January 2023 by a man named Pawan. The BJP did not hold any protest then. The list that Utkarsh refers to seems to be one put up by the RSS mouthpiece organizer. The list has cases from 2017 onwards. There is no doubt that Neha's family needs justice, and the state has failed to create a dialogue around women's safety. But is communal polarization over a murder, where the focus should be on women's safety, fine?
When you talk about BJP, in Kannada we say, ಹೆಣಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ರಾಜಕೀಯ. they see the situation, and this is the election, hot election. Always they use this kind of issues on death politics. And see, I have one question for our BJP leaders who are making noise for Neha, where they were when Saujanya is killed by Hindus. Till today, there is no justice for Saujanya. If they would fight for that, Saujanya's death, then today Neha, Ruxana, Priya will not kill like this.
Stalking cases across India rose from 8,512 in 2020 to 10,116 in 2022. Of the 1,404 murder cases across Karnataka in 2022, 44 were motivated by love affair. Over the last few months, several cases of inter-religious murders have come to light, but the BJP continues to focus on Neha's murder.
In Karnataka, all over Karnataka, it is spread now. Neha, Muslim boy killed a Hindu girl. And in Bangalore, Muslim Hindu boy killed a Muslim girl. They are not taking any action. Politics are not going there. They are to home. How they are treating for her, they are not treating for him like that.
First of all, the reason behind that murder is unknown. So they are, I think they are twisting it for their own benefits.
Nobody cares about the girl, about her life. The day she died, we were sent WhatsApp groups to join for justice and all. But now, yesterday only I have exited from the group because they made it completely political about it. And I didn't see any sympathy for her, and they don't what can I say? Andre justice, they don't need it. They just obviously they are making it a political issue, and besides she is having a political background, so it's adding more to that.
I think it's totally wrong. It's like insulting Neha. I mean, you have to fight. Being a politician, it's your responsibility to fight for justice, right? And to stand up for injustice. You don't have to get personal and get selfish and ask for votes. Like, I'll fight for it only if you vote me. I mean, that's totally selfish. That's what I think.
So I don't think it's pretty pointless to bring love jihad. I think it becomes a dirty political game. I don't think it's necessary to bring in love jihad because it is a crime done against a woman, and regardless of her religion, she is dead now. We lost her life, and I think the more important matter is to focus not the religion. I think the religion should not be the focus. The focus should be an innocent life was lost. How did we as a society fail so much?
I don't think religion should come into this because it's a man and a woman, and it's the violence to a woman which is very bad. So it is the gender which matters more and the issue which is mattered more. I don't think anything else should come into the perspective when the issue is so serious, right?
This election season, your right to choose puts you at the heart of it again.
We'd like to be your eyes and ears.
Choose the journalism and media that serves democracy and you.
Simply log on to newslaundry.com/2024 election fund and choose an amount of your choice for the reports of your choice.